Hello, this is George Nemeh from MAAP Real Talk Show. Tonight, we are covering the media personnel from MAAP Real Talk Show to our former Sheriff Joe Arpaio, Maricopa County Sheriff. He was there for a lot of years, as you all know, decades perhaps. But we are privileged and honored to also cover him this evening, his campaign and his speeches and A&Q. So with that said, please stay tuned. But while I say this, please subscribe and like us on Facebook. Thank you so much.
We're going to get along really well.
Sheriff Joe Arpaio is having his pizza. We are so honored to cover this event, this function, with the guys that make history, the shakers and the makers. MAAP Real Talk Show, always proud to come out to cover everything that is positive, everything that enhances humanity at the best way possible. It might be boring, but it's necessary. We cover the shakers and the makers. We are honored to be here. This is MAAP Real Talk Show. I can't say it enough. The media section of MAAP with George Nemeh, your host. We're trying to do the best we can. We're trying not to disturb the sheriff, former Sheriff Joe Arpaio. He's eating right now, but he was so hospitable. He was shaking hands, and he knows and remembered who I was. So that was an honor for me to know. God bless you. We'll talk to you real soon. We're going to be, of course, recording his speeches, and we're going to be interviewing him shortly. But this is just an intro. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and let's stay tuned. Subscribe. Click like on my fan pages at Facebook and your social network that you see us at. Support. Let's make Arizona a place to be. We love Arizona and we love you. There is nothing in between. Love conquers all. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me. Have a wonderful evening. We're going to go back to the next segment. Don't go away. Stay tuned, like I always say. This is George from MAAP Real Talk Show.
All right, please put your hands together for Sheriff Joe.
Thank you, Madam President. Where's Janice at?
Right here.
Janice, thanks for your hard work, for your organization. It was a battle, but you came through with flying colors because she had something to do with inviting me here. Thank you, Janice. Also, where's Lucky? Sounds like a casino. Is this a casino? Lucky, the pizza wasn't bad. No, the pizza was excellent. So, anyway, thank you for inviting me. I hope, I see Bob Branch here. Bob. Are you undercover or what?
How about you?
Bob is a great guy.
It's good pizza. I have to order one.
Yeah, he's a great guy, Bob is. Bob, you're with the, what? County, what?
Well, the Maricopa County Commissioner of Park and Recreation.
So, blame him because you can't go back on the, you can't go there.
You can. They're all open. They're just not safe because we got Penzone as the sheriff. And we need this guy.
He's not handling my race, but he handles a lot of good Republican candidates. He's a great guy, Bob. Not because, I met him on a campaign trip, right?
A year ago, yeah, that's right.
Is that the one we both lost?
Thank you, sir. It was.
I did run for the U.S. Senate at the
But you're going to win this
last
time, sir.
The only race I lost, other than 2016, been sheriff for 24 years, and then I got beat, not at the Republican primary. I never lost a Republican primary sheriff's raced 7 times, I've won, and I hope to win this time to make it number 8, because I have to go to the So I'm counting on all of you Republicans / independents, even Democrats. No, Democrats can't go in there. Independents can go in and sign up to vote as a Republican. And you can go back to being independent. Get that right, Bob?
Yes, sir.
So, Gloria Sanchez helps me out. Great volunteer. And it's her birthday today. She gave up her birthday to come to hear me talk. Not that she doesn't hear it all the time. So happy birthday. I don't think we have to sing for it. They'll take up 5 minutes of my time. Actually, if everybody's saying her birthday, I might sing my way. Usually when I sing my way, I get donations. Keep me from shutting up. Here's the money, stop singing. But that is my that's my favorite song. In fact, Trump stole that song. I was playing with him. I said, you know, my way, that's you. And then he did the inauguration, which I was honored to be the keynote speaker on prime time. And then he's saying, we have these people singing my way. Who are you with, the New Times?
MAAP Real Talk Show.
I don't know, he's an undercover agent for my opponent, posing as a photographer.
That's right.
Great guy.
Thank you.
I've known him for years.
Yes,
He's
sir.
the only press that will show up. Nobody shows up for my stuff. They have big press releases. No one would say anything about it.
Because we're proud of you. We're proud of you.
They have made me non-person,
Yes.
irrelevant to local media. They do not want to give me any press.
But you're not relevant to the people.
And Fox is even going after me. Not you. This is another lady that's another lady, her name happens to be Fox. I'm talking about the TV. Okay? They don't talk about it. When I went on Judge Janine about 14 months ago, we were talking about Hawaii. She says, remember all the missiles? Someone pushed the wrong button, they were going to bomb Hawaii? And she says, yeah, I hope they investigate that. And me with my big mouth, I said, what? Miss Harlan, did I get some press on that book today? Is that open knowledge, huh? With the book, my book. Oh, yeah. He did some little media, didn't he? Yeah. I got the movie in. Okay. My 3rd book is coming out in about 2 weeks. Fast track. So, I'm not getting these advances like what Hillary got 10 million for Mickey Mouse Netflix. My book is going to be 50 times more interesting than her. So, in fact, I think she's in my book somewhere. So, I just want the word out. I care about money. I want the truth to get out.
Right.
Now, everybody knows that I have documented everything in my life. From the day I was born to now. There is nothing I ever say to the media or in the book or anywhere or to you that I can't prove it with documentation. I lived everywhere in the world. Turkey, Syria, Mexico, South America, Central America. He's head of the Federal Drug Enforcement. And by the way, those 2 countries are very important for the president. Isn't Syria important today? And Turkey and Mexico and Central South America? I lived there, fought the battles. And my wife even traveled there around the world with me when I'm having all this travel, gun battles and everything else. Speaking of my wife, I have to give her a lot of credit for my success and survival. I've been married 62 years. Her birthday is coming up again, and I gotta think, if I forgot, then all I have to think, same day that Trump pardoned me, so I can never forget August 25. There's an Italian restaurant in Fountain Hills where I live, and when I was pardoned, I didn't believe it. My lawyer invited me himself to come to my house. I got you some papers to sign. I thought he wanted more money. It cost me $1 million and he lost my case. That's okay, that's lawyers' fault. And he shows the pardon in front of me and my wife. And I was going to take my wife out at 6 o'clock for her birthday. So I look at this. First thing I said, is this fake? Thinking of the birth certificate. Then handed me to the White House, they come out, the press secretary, that I was pardoned. Oh, it is true. I got pardoned by the president. First one he did, and probably the only one in history who was pardoned that didn't even go to court for sentencing. I never got sentenced. It's all garbage. It's a hit piece from a biased federal judge, no juries. George Soros pumped in $2.5 million to the opponent, the current sheriff then. And Obama and the FBI, and they said, we want him, before early voting, just like, we want him to go to jail, prison, federal prison, thank God. I didn't want to go to my jail. I don't have to worry now. The tents are gone, everything's gone. So, who's that? Is that the boxing? Is that Rock? Is that, who's the guy, the movies?
Rocky Balboa.
Rocky Balboa.
Yep. Rocky
Did
Balboa.
he come back?
Yeah. He goes.
Yeah, a couple times. How about Michael Jordan? Chicago. Did he leave? He came back. Why can't I come back? Anyway, my wife, I married her in Chicago. 1957. Got sworn in as a federal agent. DEA, it's called Public Narcotics. And I married my wife, as I said, Pat. And my son, Rocco, nice, any Italians here? Another Italian in this meeting? Yeah. So, you know, Rocco's a tough name. I don't want to say anything, I'll be talking about race and all that. Let me just say that I worked on a mob in Chicago. I was a cop in Vegas too, locked up Elvis. And when I say to all the kids I speak before, you locked up Elvis? Yeah, I locked up Elvis. I don't know if we have any lawyers in here. Any lawyers here? Good. So anyway, so here's how I locked him up. He was speeding. I was patrolling Fremont Street, you know, I just left the Washington, D.C. police, patrolling a beat for 4 years, a black beat, toughest beat in America. And after I did the inauguration for Eisenhower, the police chief saw me with American Legion hat on, uniform. Oh, you were in the military? Yes, sir. You know how to carry a flag? Yes, sir. I never carried a flag. You're leading off the inauguration. So I'm marching down Pennsylvania Avenue carrying a flag, and they had another a fireman on the other side. Now they got tanks and everything else. But that's okay, I was the only one out of step. But I met the sheriff in Clark County. Come on out there. So I fly out to Vegas. They hire me 4 days later. I'm patrolling. I see Elvis. I didn't know it was Elvis. There was a beautiful blonde on the back. And I happened to find out recently, I never knew what the motorcycle was, but that was a Harley Davidson motorcycle, 1957. So I pulled him over. Remember, I was looking for the blonde. 100 miles an hour. And then Elvis, whoa, I'm Elvis Presley. Ooh, wow. Great to see you, Elvis. You're doing 100 miles an hour. So if you're a lawyer, I think if I grabbed you, I took your liberty away, at least temporarily, and took you down to the police station, I can't call that an arrest. So I did unarrest him when he said I'm Elvis, and he was helping the president on the drug situation. He loved cops. So I took him next door to check his motorcycle at the police shop, and I gave him a pass. He gave 12 Cadillacs to police. I never got one. That's okay. But then he had the Federal Bureau of Narcotics badge. I'm one of the minimum, I don't know, maybe 10, 20 agents left from that organization when I got that badge. So it's fate is really interesting how you go around the circle. Getting back to my wife, married her then. Of course, she went to Turkey and everywhere. And then I was a bureaucrat, a federal guy. Joined the Army when the Korean War broke out, so I had to report to someone there. As a bureaucrat, police, I had to report to someone there. DEA, 27 years, I had to report to someone there. And then I ran for sheriff in 1992. Now I retired, and I joined my wife in business, which is still there, by the way, 40 years. She opened a travel business, so I joined my wife in business. For 10 years, I never got a free ticket, so I decided to run for sheriff in 1992. And I said 3 things: build up a posse, build up tent city, and get tough on crime. I said that. Kept my promise. So she was with me then, but she's still with me now. And she's gone through some tough times. She came down with cancer when I was in that so-called federal courtroom. And I told her, she used to watch Fox. The reason she watched Fox, so she could see Donald Trump. She loved Donald Trump. So I told the president, he was a candidate then, the story, because that would take away her, all the treatment she had to go through, keep her mind busy. So he called my wife. He's called my wife several times, including when he's in prison. I don't forget that. Of course, then she got bit by a snake. And I got a lot of national press on that because, you know me, I'm a publicity hound. So she went to the hospital. She was in bad shape. This was last year. So when it happened, I never should have said this, but she got national TV because of me. I said it was a Democrat. The snake was a Democrat. So when she got out of the hospital, I apologized. I said, you never joke about being bitten by a snake. I never should have said the snake was a Democrat. So I got that out twice. Yeah. Then I said, we got a lot of Democrats with 2 legs, snakes. I should say that. I know a lot of Democrats. I knew, what's his name? Joe Biden. I've dealt with him. I testified before him years ago. He came here. Now, sometimes I'm releasing a little of my book, just a little thing, not the big stuff. So Obama came. And you know, the Secret Service would call you, would you like to meet the president? Those days, I was a campaign guy, honorary chairman for Bush, Rick Perry, Mitt Romney. They all wanted to use me in those days. Today they forgot. That's okay. I'd never asked for endorsement. I go right to the people. It's Obama's thing. I meet him, have a few words. Nice guy. Okay. Of course. Then about a year later, I investigated him. And then here comes, what's the name? He calls him Sloppy Joe. I love it. We got Biden running because the first name is Joe. I'm Joe. Connects the name. Great. It could have been Bertram, Biden, or something like that. Joe. So he comes. And I get the picture with him. You got the Secret Service, everything. I said to the Secret Service, where's my picture? Well, I hate to tell you this, but they lost the picture. I said, don't give me this crap. They never lost a picture on me. Oh, you know what? He's so stupid. He was investigating me. He didn't even know. It was Holder and Obama, and of course he was vice president, investigating me. Someone must have said later, hey, you just had your picture taken with that sheriff under investigation. Of course, that's in my phone. By the way, it was another hit job that went nowhere. Grand jury. Once again, you can't get anything on me except a little Mickey Mouse who took to court. My racial profile, which I never did. Even today they're asking, hey, you just interviewed me, what about it? Are you going to lock up the illegal? I said, yeah, I'm going to lock up the illegal. I'm not changing anything, I'm going to do it legally. Had a couple good decisions came out from the Supreme Court backing me up. You'd think anybody would stand next to me saying, this is great. I don't see any politicians saying, well, at least the sheriff was vindicated. They avoid me. And in my book, I'll say a few things about politics. John McCain will be probably a quarter of a chapter. Could be 2 chapters, but I don't want to waste my ink. So the wife. So she's following me everywhere. Now, right now, when I ran and decided to run, I talked to my wife. She said, whatever you want. You know, it's not easy going through a campaign, especially with me. So it's tough on a family. Tough. But my wife has been with me, I say it again, from day one. And I even said in the book, which I never should have said, but it's the truth. I don't lie. You know, these politicians will always say, nothing wrong with it. I don't criticize it. Oh, my family comes first. It's always the family first and the job second. I reverse that. Whether it's right or wrong, the job always came first for me. Not that I don't love my wife. That's the way I am. From the day I was born, I overextended myself no matter what I did. Whether delivering groceries for my father, Italian store, Army, I could go on and on. I always took that extra step. And that's what I did as sheriff. That's what I did when I was a cop. DEA, big extra steps. And what really, since I do have a little ego, I'm a little sad that nobody knows my history. The sheriff is just a little part of my life. You ought to read what I did before sheriff around the world. But you'll see it in the book. And that book is going to tie me up with the Russian thing. And so it's just funny in my life. I did so many years. I can almost cross any dot I can connect in my life. Any dot. But I have to win this election. not to be vindictive, to go back, say I beat the sheriff. By the way, I beat that sheriff the first time. Nobody talks about it. It's the second time I had a problem. You know why about Soros? Nobody, anyone in this room could become the sheriff. I don't want to insult you by saying that anyone could be the sheriff because they wanted to get rid of me. I'm the guy. They don't care who is the sheriff other than me. They don't want me to be the sheriff. And everybody says it's illegal immigration. But George Soros and the lawyers handling a lot of things are hooked up with the birth certificate. They know I have the goods on that birth certificate. And I've been in law enforcement 58 years. I busted corrupt officials. I'm not stupid. I didn't take this task to go after the President of the United States. What town are we here now? Surprise? Oh yeah. Anybody from the Tea Party around here? Oh, you're the Tea Party? Which one? Surprise?
Bill was Anthem before, so not now.
So the Tea Party, who were big supporters of mine years ago, I don't know where they went now, but it was a surprise Tea Party. 200 of them came to my office, not all of them, and they said, Sheriff, you're our last hope. You're an elected sheriff, which thank God I am. But I made a big mistake when I ran for sheriff. I don't know why I did it. I must have been drunk on Italian olive oil. When I said the sheriff should be appointed and not elected. Think what I just said. I'm not ashamed to say I made a mistake. I would have been fired. The month after I took office, there'd be no pink underwear, no tent city, no chain gang, no enforcement, nothing. They would have fired me if I had to report to some board of supervisors or the mayor or anybody. I would have been gone. Well, that's why I kicked myself for ever saying that the sheriff should be appointed. If you don't like your sheriff, you should have the right to go vote for who you want to be the sheriff. That's a very simple. I never get elected. I probably lost all the votes.
Do not associate with strays outside of Opulent.
Did you read the Interpol report?
Oh my God.
Sure sounds like this is the same man, don't you think?
A body found here in Opulent, shot in a van.
He wants me to get a job right away, or he's gonna take my car and cut me off.
You have something to say?
Dude, the bank's foreclosing on my place. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do.
Hey, do you think the rumors are true? What rumors are those? Andre being a Russian mob boss?
The meeting is set. Every boss needs to be there.
There is a mole in our circle.
We have no choice but to eliminate them.
He promised me last night he'd be up early for job hunting today.
What is it with Russians and body parts?
The sooner we start this, the sooner we make our own legit business. Nothing personal. I just can't risk you outing.
I was in a bad place once. He gave me this job.
We have new employee?
I owe him a lot.
Yes, sir.
There is nothing more manly than having power and money. I already have both.
Hello? I gotta go.
You know, maybe something Andre should know?
I only bet when I know I will win.
I want to make sure the entertainment's loud enough so none of the conversations from the meeting can be overheard.
I'm not like you, дорогой братишка. I have no need for secrets.
We all have secrets. Come back to me.
Drugs and guns. It's a felony offense.
Don't get cut.
When it all comes crashing down, remember, I warned you.
Posse. Had a great posse. 3,000. So, I'm telling you nothing. Because George Soros said to the guy now, you got to get rid of the posse and you got to get rid of the tents. Now the tents I put up. No, by the way, let me make one thing clear. I'm not going to criticize my opponents on the Republican side. I'm the one that ran that office. I ran it from day one. No chief deputy, no one ran it. I ran it. Period. I take responsibility. Now, if he wants to say he ran it, let him take all the heat. Okay, don't come to me, go to him. No, he didn't run it. I ran it. Now, maybe my ego makes me say something that may get me in trouble. I don't care. I did run it. And I take the heat. I don't throw my guys under the bus. That's one problem I have. I back up my people. You know, if they do something really wrong, they're going to jail. But when they're trying to do their job, acting in good faith, somebody ought to back them up. They throw them under the bus. Mayors, governors, everybody throws the cops under the bus because it gets on video. Once it gets on video, everybody starts shaking. Call the Department of Justice. We need an investigation. The investigation isn't even over. They're hanging these cops. And what's bad about it, they're shell-shocked. To really enforce the law, you have to be proactive, not wait for a phone call from the dispatch. You have to get out and look for the crime. Why would you look for crime if you stop someone and you're going to get charged or go to jail? Why would you take the chance? You just want to do your regular police work, wait for the call to come in, then you respond, like that. So I'm concerned about the law enforcement part of it. Really concerned. I don't like what happened in Minnesota. I don't like what happened in Scottsdale. I don't really blame the cops because they take their orders from the mayor, the city council, and the police chiefs, who, by the way, don't like me. This guy that beat me last time, he had 5 ex-police chiefs on, all supporting him, a sergeant. What did he do? No, because they didn't like it when I came into their cities and raided their cities. Whether it's hookers, animal abusers, drugs, illegal immigration. I'm the sheriff for the whole county, not just for unincorporated areas or some city. So I come into their territory. They don't like that. Do you really think if I was a sheriff that would have happened in Scottsdale? No way. Or Phoenix. I have a record. Now, I always say this. All these guys running for office, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Then they get caught in the bureaucracy. I did it. I did it. You can't refute. It got me in trouble sometimes. I raided the city hall in Mesa. I'm not ashamed to do what I have to do. And I've done those things because nobody else would do it. Who's going to do it? So I did it, and I need your help. I have to come back. I'm not obsessed. I have a vision, and I have to come back. And when they call me America's toughest sheriff, I just happen to realize it's true. I never thought of it. Let me put the reason I say it's true. Because every time we catch a dope peddler coming into this county, 9,200 square miles, most of it comes through Maricopa County. Every time we arrest an illegal immigrant, come in here and throw them in jail, guess what? They're not going to Chicago, New York. They're here. So I saved all the people in New York, Chicago on the drugs and everything else. So I am a national sheriff in my own way. And I got all the experience overseas. I was a regional director in Mexico, South America, Central America, Texas, Arizona, on different assignments, plus Turkey and all that. So I know what goes on the other side. I'm a big supporter of the president. I was with him, I got his picture on my bus, which I'm not ashamed moving around. In fact, when I win the primary, thanks to you, I'm going to take that bus right down smack on Van Buren Street. And well, wait a minute. When I say I'm going to do something, everybody knows I do it. No, I want to get to the blacks. I want to talk to them. I'm going to go in their restaurants. I want to get to the Hispanics. I'm going to park that bus right in front of the Hispanic restaurants. I want to go in and talk to them. All these demonstrators come after me, Sharpton and everybody. I go right in the midst of them, but I can't talk. They're screaming. I can't sit down and talk to them. I just want to talk to them and rationalize and see if I can change their mind and give them my point of view. That's what's important, is to have some mutual respect so we can talk to them. I've done it my whole life. I love it when the president goes meet Putin or the rocket guy. I love it. They call him a traitor. You know what? You go in the back room. Now, he doesn't smoke or drink. I can't say light up a cigar in the back room. But how do we know what he's talking about with Putin? Of course, he can't bring anybody with him. They'll leak it to the New York Times. And the guy goes to take a crap. It has to be in the newspaper. Same with me, by the way. So I love it. I take to my wife. I love it. My wife's a great cook. She's done a lot. She had a diplomatic passport, too, in case something happened to her. In case she poisoned the Attorney General, they used to come to my house. She didn't poison the Attorney General of Mexico. She gave him blueberry pie. He loved the blueberry pie. So my wife kept pumping out blueberry pie. Now, I was smart. I went to the PX, the military. You get whiskey. I got American whiskey. Sometimes I'll laugh at it because I always say I got more done with blueberry pie and whiskey. No, the whiskey was not in the blueberry pie. It was separate. Separate. I got more done with that. I never had a problem with Mexican corruption. They never screwed my cases up. Then the big stick. I used to meet with General Noriega. Remember him? I had an office in Panama. I used to go down his bunker. I mean, I knew he was playing both sides, but I'd rather have him there than not there. I got along with him. Bush invaded Panama. I could have had him on a plane at midnight like I did with the big French connection guy in Paraguay from France. And he would have saved all that time to get him out of Panama. We didn't have to invade Panama. Ask me. I was a regional director there. I would have, you from Vegas? You missed my story on Elvis.
Oh, yeah. You can't recognize him. Take your glasses off.
Who is it?
Walter.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him with the glasses.
Did you hear about, why did you get late? Did you bring the dog? He's a great guy.
I train dogs, everybody. K9 Companions also. He's been a supporter since 2006.
He takes care of the veterans.
Yep, veterans. I train dogs for veterans from TRT.
Are you going to, listen.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to, I'll buy you a meal. I want to go to Mrs. Wright, the black restaurant there for 50 years.
Right.
I'm going there to get some good fried chicken.
When we going?
That's what he wants to go.
You going to buy?
Well, let's go. You know, I'm your road dog, so you know whatever you say we do.
So,
I got it. We got you. We got you. We got you.
You do know, and I know with Trump, and I know it is a fact, because I've been with him many times, he loves the veterans and he loves the cops. That's not just for politics. I know. And every cop and even fireman should understand that and back that guy up. Because if you want President Biden, forget it. So remember, when you vote for Donald Trump. You got to do it. And I'm the big supporter of the veterans. I just got back from Lima, Ohio, not Lima, Peru. I had an office in Lima. You know why I was there? To raise money for the veterans that are homeless laying on the streets. So I go around the country talking about our veterans. And I don't know if there's any Vietnam veteran in this room. I think Give me an answer right right answer.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask you this. Did you come back from Vietnam?
Yes.
Did they spit on you?
Yes.
I ask that question every time I give a talk. And I say to the people, usually it's Republican groups around the country or other groups, I said, I wonder why no one talks about the Vietnam War. It's like a forgotten war. Nobody will talk about it. Why doesn't people talk about it, how they treated our veterans when they came back, fighting for our country? How come it's a secret? Why? Are they ashamed? Is our country ashamed? Blame the people that sent them there. Don't blame the veterans and spit on them like they did when they came back. Now, I happened to be in Turkey fighting dope peddlers at the time. I didn't experience it. But I get angry that they won't do that. Angry. Maybe someday they'll recognize our Vietnam veterans. I'm not leaving here until someone asks me a question. Not a nice one, a bad one. What's wrong with the Republican Party?
What's the name of your book?
What's the name of the book? I know it, but I can't see it. But you may get a hint if you look at my political campaign mobile office. So it's not done yet. It's pretty close. And I've written 2 books, America's Toughest Sheriff in '96 and How to Win the War Against... Oh, nice guy. Must be a Democrat. Now, the old days, if I was a cop in the old days... She wasn't a cop. Right? Disorderly conduct. That's what that is. But do you really think anybody would arrest that guy? Never. And if they did, he'd be in jail. Yes.
Sheriff Joe, what are you planning to do about the homeless downtown? What is going to be your solutions for the homeless, in downtown?
That's what I would do. I just went by there Saturday. I work every day. I took the bus down. Showed all the homeless my big bus with the president on it. Re-elect Joe Arpaio. Trying to pick up votes. They're all in little tents. So, if I said, and the current sheriff will come up with his flim-flam on why he took the tents down, and if I said I would put these people in the tents, and then he would say, they never committed a crime, you can't put them in the tents, and then I would say, 99% of them did commit crimes. They just happen to be put on probation because there's no room to put them in jail where they belong since he took the tents down. But I would have used it for another reason, get these guys off the streets, put them in the tents, try to help them with treatment, which is better sleeping on the sidewalk in downtown Phoenix. My posse, what I would do now, they'd be outgunning the National Guard. I'd have them all over the place. If I have to use them to go alert people, to go to knock door to door, deliver whatever they have to deliver, you think my posse would do that? I'd mobilize it. The sheriff is the only one that can swear in citizens in the posse. In fact, there may be some law back there where you can tell everybody that you're sworn in. I got a lot of ideas in my mind because I'm not going to put up what's going on here. I'll tell you right now. I'm not going back. I'm not saying this to get your vote. I'm serious about that. Now, someone in this room better ask me, hey, how can you be so stupid? Why are you running again? Nobody wants to insult me. They don't have the courage to ask me that question. I want someone to ask me that question.
Why are you running again?
Why do you have to ask that stupid question? Well, I'll tell you, I have to pause. I you really have to pause. You know, I'm pretty quick getting big bang. I'm pretty good on sound, but this one I have to pause. Why am I doing this? I'm putting my wife through all this, my family again. And the other thing is, nobody has the guts to ask me how old I am either.
84.
Because they're all nice. What?
84.
Why are you asking how old I am? I'm not going to tell you. I tell all these kids, I have a flip-flopper. I don't know which one. I mean, if you dial my number, you'll see it called. This is a flip-flopper. No, I tell the kids, take your flippy or whatever you call. By the way, you got Google there? Why do you ask Google who's America's toughest sheriff? You know how to do that? So
Joe Arpaio.
they can't even, they look at this, they can't even figure out my age. I tell them, I joined the Army 1950, I was 18 years old. How old am I? They can't figure it out. Then I give them a better clue. I ran for sheriff when I was 60, and I was sheriff for 24 years. They still can't figure it out.
We live in opulent. Nothing too earth-shattering ever happens here.
Different house, different family head, same clockwork schedule.
Jealous ex-boyfriend.
I need to be certain who I can trust and cannot trust around here.
What is this?
Oh well, I draw a crowd everywhere I go. But he went after Trump, I think.
Yeah.
Said F Trump. By the way, everybody's putting swastikas on my signs. They're destroying my signs. I did a press conference. I'll offer a $1,000 reward on anybody who touches my sign. And I'm not going to say a certain law enforcement agency that removed my sign. I'm not going to say that. But I'm getting tired of my signs being destroyed. My opponent's sign isn't being destroyed. His is up everywhere. Are the kids safe? That's what counts.
I do have one. Thank you.
Glad there was no newspaper here. Boy, that'd be, So anyway, anybody else on my age? Yeah.
I have a question about the jails. I recently was just in that jail back in January, February for my charges, which I have nothing to hide about my charges. But what are you going to do with providing mental health for the inmates that are in jail? We were told because of short staff, there's no mental health. There's no one to talk about counseling. And then when a girl OD'd and almost actually did die in that jail because street drugs that came in.
So I hear you say something about the programs in the jail?
In the jail have been cut. There is no mental health help for anybody. I suffer from MS and PTSD, and I couldn't even get a doctor.
Something to do about the medical. Let me say one thing about that. When I was sheriff, I had a lot of good programs. I mean, mental health, I did programs for everything. But the health part of it comes under the county health, not under the sheriff. The sheriff runs the jail.
So how could someone who's on the outside apply for better health care, because there are so many inmates who could provide for those services like me? I don't have a drug charge. I do not drink. I do not do drugs. I do not do anything of those natures. My charges are 2 low felonies and 2 misdemeanors. My charges are stuff that I did to myself. And for me to get mental health help, all I was given was a piece of paper, and here I go. And that was what I was given. When I walked out of that jail 3 years ago, I wasn't told to stay out of trouble for a year.
Well, you were in the jail?
I was in the jail 3 years ago. So I have watched the changes.
Too bad I wasn't the sheriff.
Yeah, I know.
Then you would have been eating half decent.
Yeah, the food isn't the best. I've been on an orange diet for about 2 months, and then they switched over to apples, which apples were not my favorite thing. But for a lot of the inmates in there, they do need help. I have seen almost half of those inmates in my neighborhood of 59th and Bethany Home Road, in and around my neighborhood. I actually watched one girl walk out of the store, walking out trying to steal something. I said, either you put that down on the counter, and she looked over and she saw it was me, or I will call the cops.
Anyway, let me say something.
But there needs to be better help for them, because even when they walk out, they're back in those tents down near that courthouse.
You're right. She's talking about the people in jail they have to take care of when they come out. And I had a good works program. I made deals with the construction to hire these guys. Most of them did not want to work. We had good programs inside the jail. Every day, and I'm going to start putting it on my page, when people come up to me and say, thank you. My kid who saved his life because he'll never go back, especially in the tents. I get that all the time.
I wish the tents were back. I wish the tents were back, because it did make the awareness of what goes on. I have made a good friend who was in the jail with me. She's a mom to a 3-week-old baby.
Some people say they're bad, some people say it saved their life.
And she has an alcohol problem, but she walked out of there without any
When
help.
I'm the sheriff again, you call me, okay? Give me some advice.
You need a lot. You need a lot of good advice in that jail. You need to bring back and reel in those correctional officers.
Call me.
I will.
You know,
I'll have my dad call you.
I bet your dad's a supporter of mine.
Oh, even though he's 3,000 miles in another COVID unit, yes, he is.
I know that. Anyway, anybody else? I want to thank all.
As we close, we thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you so much, Sheriff Joe. Thank you to Lucky's Pizza, and God bless. Have a safe night, safe ride home.
He really wants to run close like right now, so I'm not fighting on that.
I was hoping, what is restoration for the next time around? For this time? Everybody would ask you, like, you're coming back. What is on your mind? What is Joe Sheriff with 50 years, tons of experience?
To restore everything that was taken away. Use my vast experience, 24 years, as the longest serving sheriff. It's not time for on-the-job training. I got that experience I'm going to put it to use. Take care of the people of this county and this country.
What do you ask from us, like we, the citizens of the state of Arizona? What is your message for everybody that doesn't know? Even though everybody knows, we all know you, but they don't know the other side of Joe, the compassion, the champion.
Yeah, I'm not out to win a popularity.
No.
They don't know it. That's why my third book left that out. But what I want the people to do is to back me up. They're my bosses. I want them to back me up on doing the right thing and help them and their families. I don't report to anybody but them. It'd be nice to have them behind me. They're going to go out. So it's a good
Well, you got the support right here and more it's coming your way. What do you need from us for the next couple weeks? What do you need from the people that are watching this right now? Is there a way to reach you? I know they know you, but it's better for you to put it down on record. Is there a place to reach you? Okay. Well, thank you, sir, so much for giving us this opportunity for a couple minutes. I really appreciate you and salute. This is George from MAAP We.
I joked around.
I love the way you joked around. It shows your humanness.
No, it sends a message.
It does.
I'm not a regular politician.
No.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Very including supporting.
Listen, I know you for so many years. I was a coach and a director for coaching in sports, and you've always been out there extending your services. This is MAAP Real Talk Show as we disperse for the evening with the former Sheriff Joe Arpaio. MAAP Real Talk Show covering the event, the campaign in Surprise, Arizona at Lucky Pizzeria, speaking to his constituents, to his fans, his fan base, to his party. This is former Sheriff Joe Arpaio. MAAP Real Talk Show with you here. This is the himself right here. This is our sheriff. This is Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Former Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
All right. Everyone. Yeah. Come on in the photo. Yes, please. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. One more. Oh yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we got one more came in. Okay. Bring it in. All right. Joe Arpaio. 3, 2, 1. Say Joe Arpaio. Yes.
Don't trip on my camera. Too excited.
There's somewhere else you gotta guard this, I understand, don't worry.
I gotta, yeah, hold on.
Do what you gotta do, I
Okay.
understand. You got a lot going on at this point.
Yeah, you'll be around. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, he's doing it right now, so you can actually.
Oh, do you have the staff there?
Yeah.
Like a little wire.
Yeah, well, you are, but I'm looking at the snack.
Okay, as you see, we're just leaving. Yes, I'm ready. Hold on, I'm taking the picture. Here we go. This is a film camera. It gets like as good as this one. This is boom. But this is the special for boom. And nobody notices that. You take it like when you see it.
You take one, please, again, my
Absolutely. Go for it. Come on. You want it sideways? Sir. Watch the camera. The camera's rolling, so we are here having fun at campaign for Joe Arpaio, the former sheriff. He is going to be our sheriff.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
One second. Thanks again for coming by. And, yeah, I'm really glad to have it.
Couldn't do the Fountain Hills one, and he kept bouncing all over town, going places.
Oh, yeah.
So I came from the center of town and said,
We all having fun here. This is like a grand finale with with Sheriff.
20 years of this guy down.
We are covering him live.
Furthest way goes 124th and Shea. Unfortunately, for my full route. I used to take the back route through Rio Grande.
You want a picture?
But that's
Where's your? You want a picture with him? I mean, I want to put it in the movie. Go ahead, go ahead. Come on. If anybody wants to be in the video with the Sheriff Joe, please go in with him. Yeah, I want to put you in the video. Okay, thank you. Okay. We are filming still. I'm leaving it running because there's so much happening, so much love going on.
Oh, nothing but love.
It's a love, it's like a feast. Here we are.
This is how we do it in Arizona.
That's right, Arizonian style.
Right. Nothing but love.
Beautiful, that's right. Nothing but love. I am so honored and proud. This is MAAP Real Talk Show with the campaign of Joe Arpaio as our future sheriff. He was prior former sheriff. Hopefully he'll be a sheriff again. So this is MAAP Real Talk Show, ladies and gentlemen. We're signing off. We had a great time today at the event, and we'll talk to you real soon. Subscribe, click that button, show us some love. MAAP Real Talk Show, State of Arizona, Studio One. Have a wonderful evening. Good night, ladies and gentlemen, from MAAP Real Talk Show. We're gonna end it as I do a close-up on the sheriff. There he is. Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Joe. Sheriff Joe. Sheriff. Thank you, sir. Salute.